So, there's been something going on recently with some individuals, and it's all harkening back to one of my own little experiences on online online gaming and so forth. Um, so I'll call this little uh, tale the legend of Drunkota. It seems fitting. So, back in the early 2000s, there was a game by Netamin called Ultimate Baseball Online, and I ran into various characters of varying degrees. Just the same thing as what you would on YouTube, and the folks that I've run into and watching so far now. And at one point in time in the game, when the game started becoming popular, there was two individuals, or at least one individual that actually lived out in California, whose username in the game was insert coin, and I highly doubt that user's gonna find me here on YouTube for saying their name, but hey. As the story goes, Insert Coin was one of the top players in Ultimate Baseball Online. He never really drew to question his ability to play or whatever. At one point in time, we actually had a team called the Gearheads that was founded by my friend who unfortunately passed away in December from cancer, Danny. Um, he went by Lugnuts in the game, and he created the team called the Gearheads because he was big into online driving games and such. Anyways, at one point in time, we had this individual come into our Ventrilo server and, you know, got friendly because there was another guy as well who was very popular in the community and was, again, another one of the top players for hitting and playing the game in it. And, anyways, Danny was a really nice guy, and he let people come onto the Ventrilo even sometimes when he should have actually not allowed people into it. And I don't know, I'm pretty much at the same vein even today, but back then he kind of was a little too forgiving, we'll say. And this guy from California, he got all buddy buddy and chummy with a lot of us, and made it sound like he was, you know, didn't view anyone really badly or anything. So we thought everything was fine, played a few games, and then all of a sudden we noticed he was disappeared from the roster, and it was like, oh, okay, well, what's going on? So we find him and another user that we had led on who went by the name Dakota. Now, this guy, I can't remember where he was from. I think the Midwestern part of the States. So we had him on numerous times, and yeah, we thought it wasn't too bad and such. And the one night we happened to notice his attitude and personality changed, and so we said to him, "Hey Dakota, is there something wrong with you? We noticed that you're kind of talking different than that." And he's like, "Oh, I'm on to my fucking eighth beer here or something." And it's like, oh, okay. So no one really thought anything of it. So, anyways, later on, as I mentioned, we had a moderately sized exodus of half of our baseball team, our online baseball team, and everyone's like sitting there going, what the fuck's going on? Well, we find out that the insert coin individual was actually going around behind all our backs in game chat and saying, hey, you shouldn't play with these friggin' losers. You should come play with me. We'd have an awesome team and we'd kick everyone's ass and lead the UBO. And so they're kind of like, yeah, they kind of seem a little dim or drab or whatever. So what eventually became at one point in time is there was kind of this kind of spot, kind of like what's going on right now, where basically we kind of like these people, but at the same time there was a lot of arrogance and stupid shit going on. So we're thinking, that's who they are. The easiest way to do it is to just avoid it. And so next thing you know, this Dakota person we allowed on for quite some time, and basically as someone I'm making this kind of refer to indirectly, they took on this persona of this person that ultimately in the end they were playing our side, being all goody two shoes, like nothing's wrong. And then at the same time, they were also going to this insert coins group of people and, being goody two shoes with them. So then what he was doing, and as we found, as when he was tipsing the teetotal more than normal, he took on this personality that he basically started stirring the shit pot. And at that point in time, he would relay to one person, oh, this person said you suck dick or you cheat, and then he'd turn around, go to the other person and say, hey, guess what? This person that he just told said that you're cheating. You're not legit. So again, the shit went back and forth, back and forth. Everybody called each other names. Everybody thought each other was whatever. Eventually, at some point in time, somebody realized that certain people, including the shit stirrer and the one person I mentioned, actually were the causes of a lot of the shit that was going on. And ultimately, in the end, we had all sat down and talked about it more, and ultimately, in the end, we decided the best way to stop the bullshit was to cut it out and cut those individuals out of the situation, or allowing them into situations that they could do so. So halfway through this and learning that Dakota actually finally admitted, or seemed pretty obvious, that he was a chronic alcoholic. So, and this nasty, bitter shit disturber, he was a totally different person than when he was sober. So at that point in time, it just got to the point where even when he was in the game, 90% of the time he was drinking or drunk. So he had one of the lowest batting averages in the game, and you knew as a pitcher if he was coming up, you're going to strike him out. So it was pretty funny in that regard. So anyways, I anointed him Drunkota. And in summary, that is the legend of Drunkota. And in some ways, like I said, makes me understand a lot of things that are going on at the moment. Might give some people food for thought. Anyways, that's my last video for the night. Catch us later.